cuisine from Bicolano region. But before we proceed, let's have the overview of the background destination of Bicol region and the characteristics of the people who live in it. Come on, let's go! So Bicol, guys, is actually a region in the Philippines encompassing the southern part of Luzon Island and nearby island provinces. It consists of 6 provinces, including Albay, Camarines Norte, Camarines Sur, Sorsogon, and the island provinces of Catanduanes and Masbate. Basically, guys, Bicol is a quiet and great touristy view that most of the tourists also wants to travel with. They're mostly famous in caves, limestone cliffs, white sand beaches, mountains, waterfalls, and volcanoes, and etc. Aside from that, guys, in accordance to food, they are also well known to most tourists that definitely loves to experience food adventure. So, Bicolano people, guys, are very friendly and sweet, and as what the characteristics of a Filipino, Bicolanos are very hospitable one. So, in accordance to Bicolano regional cuisine, guys, they are basically well known of cooking foods with gata or coconut cream and lots of chili, which mark the region with genuine Asian cuisine. So Bicolanos are practically engaged into vegetables that can be cooked in coconut milk and chili peppers. Commonly, guys, their taste profiles are those dishes that are creamy and spicy. And when it mixed together, it results in a very appetizing taste that goes best with hot steamed rice. Much for that. So for today, guys, I'm going to introduce to you one of the famous Bicolano regional cuisine, which is the Kinalas. Kinalas, guys, is some sort of noodles which we are basically influenced by the Chinese. Japanese like what they call it ramen or nami in their place. So Kinalas, guys, is a very popular dish in Naga City, and it is very a hearty, delicious noodle soup dish made with either beef or pork meat, extracted near the bony parts like face or leg, brains, and a shrimpy, garlicky brown gravy. So the original Kinalas, guys, was first seen in Dayang-Dayang Street, where an old man named Unknown used to sell them. It dates back earlier than the 80s or even the 70s. Original version also, guys, used beef as its meat, but with its recent popularity new version now, it uses pork meat and brains. So Kinalas, guys, is the Bicol region's version on the famous mami, and a lot of Bicolanos enjoy this specifically with chilies on the side. So there are several qualities in this dish that makes it stand out from the rest of the noodle soup dishes. First is that the most should be Kinalas or removed and extracted from the bones. This meat's texture is better than other parts since it's near the bones, like comparing chicken breast meat with thigh or leg meat. Another key element, guys, is the gravy. While this is kept secret and each vendor have their own well-guarded recipe, it is easily reverse engineered. Made with dried shrimps, vinegar, and fish sauce, it has a near similar taste as the palabok gravy. So let's have the ingredients and the steps on how to cook Kinalas. So the ingredients are 500 grams egg noodles or fresh Peking noodles, 2 kilos beef shank bones in with tendons, 1 tablespoon black peppercorns cracked, 1 tablespoon rock salt, 2 pieces red onions quartered, 1 liter water for boiling. For Kinala sauce, the ingredients are 1/2 cup all-purpose flour, 2 tablespoon soy sauce, 2 tablespoon vinegar, 1 tablespoon sesame seed oil, 4 tablespoon dried shrimps grind until powdered, 1 piece shrimp cube, 3 to 4 cups water or beef shank broth, 2 tablespoon patis fish sauce. How to cook Kinalas. So first is put beef shank and water in a pot just enough to cover the meat and bring it to a boil. Continue boiling for 3 minutes and turn off heat. Discard the liquid and rinse with tap water and then drain. Next is put a liter of water in the top containing the beef shank and add the black pepper, salt, and onions. Bring to a boil and simmer for 2 hours. Remove the scum while cooking the beef, and then add more water if necessary, as it may dry up the soup stock which you will use later for the Kinalas broth. Next one is remove the beef chunk from the broth and place in a bowl to let it cool. Next is, when cooled, remove the meat and tendons from the bones and scrape whatever is left sticking in the bones. And then, this procedure is known as Kinalas, separating the meat from the bones, and then chop the meat into bite-sized pieces and set aside. To make the Kinalas sauce, first is heat a skillet and lightly brown the flour for a few minutes, and then remove from the skillet and set aside. Next is, in saucepan, combine all the rest of Kinalas sauce ingredients and the flour and stir until the flour is dissolved. Next is, bring to a boil until the sauce is thickened and then the shrimp cube is dissolved. To assemble the Kinalas, cook the egg noodles according to package directions. If you are using fresh Mami or Mickey noodles, just soak it in hot water for a few seconds and then drain it. Next is, put and divide the noodles in serving bowls and put some sliced beef. And then pour the Kinalas sauce about 3 tablespoons and pour the beef chunk broth. And then garnish with boiled eggs, spring onions, and fried garlic. And lastly, serve hot and serve with calamansi. So let me show you a video, guys, on how to cook Kinalas. Bicolano's dishes are very distinctive in terms of their flavor because most of the people in there loves creamy and spicy foods. That's why most of the tourists and gastronomists loves their food and wants to experience it on hand. So always remember, guys, that every bit of the noodles, it's tasteable meat, and the unforgettable distinct spicy soup, nothing beats the heavenly taste of Kinalas. What are you waiting for? Experience now the food venture from Bicol.